Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to do a little half cut crease. Cut creases are not the easiest thing ever. I say it when I'm doing the tutorial. I did practice this on this eye before I did this eye and showed you guys. It's one of those things, it's so stunning. It's a really it's impressive. If I see someone and they've got a good cut crease, I'm like, damn, well done my friend. Because I know how hard it can be. Before we get into this tutorial, please subscribe to my channel, and if you do like this video, remember and give it a little cheeky thumbs up for your friend Jamie over here, filming at 9 o'clock at night for you. So if you guys would like to see how I created this eye look, then stay tuned. Let's do this. I've clearly done one eye already, the reason for that being I haven't done a cut crease in a very long time. So I kind of wanted to practice first, and then when I finished this eye, I asked you guys on Twitter if you would like a tutorial, and you all said yes. So thanks for that. I've already done the rest of my makeup, and I have prepared my lid with Layin Low Paint Pot by MAC. You guys know. The palette that I'm going to use today is the Modern Renaissance palette. Honest opinions on this palette so far, stunning, so lovely. Although I feel like it is quite a dusty shadow. I feel like when I use my brush, a lot of dust gets kicked up, and I know that a few of my friends who I used to work with, they had it before me and they hit the pan really quickly. Like, we do makeup on a lot of people, so they hit the pan really quickly, which I'm a bit about, but I think it definitely is worth picking up if you're a makeup fan. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with colour Tempera and the MAC 224 as always, and I'm just going to pop that. Oh shit, this brush is dirty. I'm going to put that on all over my lid. I'm not too bothered about the dirty brush. I think I've come to terms with that by now. Once that primer has set, I'm going to go in with the colour Raw Sienna just here, and I'm going to start building up my crease. So just placing the brush in my crease and then backwards and forwards motions. Obviously we've set the primer already, so the product just goes on really smoothly. Anastasia's pigment in her eyeshadow is insane, it's so good, which means it just makes sure that you're only going in with a little bit at a time. I'm just using backwards and forwards motions with my brush, angled slightly up the way. And that just means that when I'm blending, the sides of the brush kind of help blend up towards my brow so there's no harsh lines. And then, if you can see on this eye, I bring the colour quite far in because we want that cut crease to be really defined. And if you're cutting a crease and there's not much shadow there, not much pigment, it can end up looking like a little bit wishy-washy, as we would say in bold Scotland. Once that's on, I'm going to go in with the shade Burnt Orange, which is just next to it. It's also like a kind of transition shade, but it's just a little bit warmer. So I'm just going to pack that on top. Now that that's on, the reason that this one looks really reddy and quite dark is because I've packed on tons of the red ochre colour. It is so beautiful. The colour in the palette is stunning, and just like the other shades, it's super pigmented, so just a little bit at a time. Same brush, and we're just going to start building that up in the crease as well. And then when I feel like I've got too much pigment on my brush, I usually just do this. Backwards and forwards on my knuckles, and that just means that it gets rid of the kind of excess pigment.
Have some cheese.
You're just going to have some cheese.
Yeah.
And that is how we started 2017.
Cheese! You want some as well?
No thanks.
No, I was talking to the dog.
You're talking to the dog? Sorry. I'm just going to do this again, and I'm going to use the side of the brush just to kind of drag that pigment out a little bit. You learning something? Do you already know how to do this? Who would like to see Jack try and do my makeup? That is the question. Let us know down below.
I'll be better than you.
I know that you think that. I know that you think that, and you're going to be so wrong.
I'll be an internet sensation.
And I'm just bringing that red ochre colour right into the inner corner. And now I'm going to get that red ochre colour, and I'm just going to start packing that on the outer corner of my lid. Just about here. So not too much, but usually when I'm doing looks like this, I keep the whole lid free. So in this case, I'm just going to bring it slightly onto the outer corner. Now I'm going to change my brush to the Zoeva 224. Super exciting. And I'm going to go in with the red ochre shade again, but I'm going to mix it in with this shade here, Cypress Umber. And then I'm just going to start focusing that on the outer corner first. And then I'm going to mix those two same colours and start packing that on underneath my eye, mostly the red colour. And then I'm going to change my brush to the 230 by Smith, and I'm going to use that burnt orange colour, the transition underneath, to help blend that out. I'm going to go in with the darkest colour in the palette, Cypress Umber, and I'm going to pop that in the crease now, just using my 224 from Zoeva. All the brushes that are like my favourites and that I use a lot, I always link them underneath every video, just so you guys can see. But I've listed like all my favourite brushes down there. And then I'm just going back in with the 224 and helping to blend that out. If you get fallout like here, because I've already powdered my under eyes and I've done my highlight, I can just kind of wipe that away. So up until now, this just kind of looks like a nice smoky eye. This is beautiful by itself. You don't need to cut the crease if you feel like that's too dramatic. But if you are obviously cutting the crease, and this makeup is the hardest bit, hence why I had to practice before I did it, make sure I could still do it. It is one of those looks, it does take a little bit longer to do, so if you, this is like an amazing look for like a night out for sure, and in Asian bridal, cut crease is so popular, so it's a really great thing as a makeup artist to be able to do. But the more you practice on different eye shapes and stuff, the kind of easier it gets. I'm happy with my shadow up till now, so I'm going to cut the crease. The way that I'm going to do that, which I find by far is the easiest, is I'm going to use concealer, and this brush is super important. It's the Zoeva 226 Smudger brush, but if you look, it's really nice and rounded, which means that you can use the shape of the brush to kind of help get your nice straight lines. The concealer I'm going to use is the Tarte Shape Tape. It's the concealer that I use under my eyes quite a lot. It is such a favourite among YouTubers, and I just love it. I think it's an amazing concealer. So I'm going to get that on the back of my hand. So I'm going to get this on the back of my brush, not too much, but I want it to be nice and creamy, so you don't want to work too slowly, otherwise it might start to set. And I have my cut crease going right from the inner corner to kind of halfway across my lid, so I'm going to start doing that. Also, a cut crease, I like to go slightly above my own crease. Not only does that make my eyes look bigger, but it also stops it from creasing as much. Once that's done, I'm going to go in with the lightest shade in the palette, Tempera. I'm going to use the Zoeva 231. It's just a nice dense petite crease brush, it's called. And I'm going to start to set that concealer. You need to use quite a lot of product here. Now I'm going to go in with the NYX 14 brush. If you can see, it's like a super dense brush. I only really use it for doing things like this. And I'm going to just neaten up the crease, the line where the crease stops, and I'm just going to make sure that it's really matte right next to the cut crease. Something else you can do as well, just to make sure it's super neat, is go in with a shade like Red Ochre, and I'm just going to use that same really dense brush, and I'm going to just go along the line where the creases meet. Now we're going to start to blend this part here, the really dodgy looking bit. And I'm going to go in with the two transition shades first, just these two here mixed together, and I'm just going to start patting that on and using backwards and forwards motions in between the concealer and the eyeshadow to start getting that blend. And you can see that it just blends really easily because we've mattified the concealer. That step is really important. And now I'm going to go in with a little bit of Red Ochre again and just kind of blend over that again. Once that's done, you can go ahead and apply your shimmer. So I'm going to be using two different glitters and a glitter primer. This is my favourite one, it's from NYX, and it's just called their glitter primer. And the way that I apply that is I get it on the back of my hand. And now I'm going to use a Urban Decay domed concealer brush. This is quite a fluffy concealer brush, so it's great for applying this primer, just so it doesn't go on like a big blob. You can kind of feather it on. And I'm just kind of doing that all over the cut crease part, but also a little bit into the middle. Now I'm going to go back in with the 231 brush. It's quite a dense fluffy brush, but it's still fluffy. And I'm going to use my MAC Reflect Gold glitter. This is one of my favourite glitters, but I think it's quite hard to get now. I will try and find a link for you guys, but I don't know if it's discontinued. I need to get more glitter. Who thought I'd ever say that? And then you can just kind of dust it away if it gets on any eyeshadow. And then now I'm going to use, this is a little bit complicated actually, but it's not really. I'm going to use my LA Splash glitter in Pina Colada, and it's just a really beautiful kind of silvery white glitter. It's quite chunky though, so I didn't want to use that straight off. I like a kind of finer glitter. And now I'm going to apply that using the brush that already has a little bit of primer on it. So when I just go in here, the glitter sticks to the brush. Pat that on more so just the inner kind of corner part. I don't want too much of this stuff. And again, because our skin's matte, you can just kind of dust away any fallout. Now I'm going to apply mascara. My favourite combo of mascara at the moment is the Maneater mascara by Tarte, and then just a top coat of the Mad Lash mascara from the Balm. This way I get super full, thick lashes with no kind of crumbling, nothing kind of moves during the day, and it makes the only thing that makes my bottom lashes look long. And now I'm going to apply the Mad Lash mascara. See, for me, I never get lashes like this without like false lashes, so I'm quite buzzing about this little combo I've managed to find. The lashes I'm going to use are Lily lashes. I cannot remember the name for the life of me, so I will link it down below if I remember. I have good news. I got an email from Beauty Bay, just one of their PR emails that they send to all their customers, and I saw that they are now stocking Lily lashes, so it's much easier for all my fam in the UK to get them now, so I'll link that down below as well. I'm just going to glue these up and then leave it sitting for a while. Usually I do this before mascara. What am I going to do? Remember this? The lash dance. Good old days. If you are not sure if they're even or not, a good thing to do is take a selfie, and because it flips, you can really see what mistakes you've made. Oh my god, do you know what? I'm actually fine with that. I can live. Yeah, okay. Wow. That's a really good tip for anything. If you're worried that your liner's not even or your brows aren't even, if you take a selfie, because it flips, it's like a different perspective. So it's a really good way as well as a makeup artist to focus on your symmetry and things. And once your lashes are on, that is the look finished. So that is the finished look, you guys. I hope you liked it. Please let me know if you recreate this look. Let me know on Twitter or Instagram. I would love to see your looks. And other than that, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!